Hello, I'm Abby Wilson. I'm in cohort 81. It is Saturday, August 3rd, and I am recording my asana finale warm up and sun salutation for the end of the certification. Please join me on your mat. You can bring any of your yoga toys that you would like to use. Blankets, this could be blocks, it could be a strap, and you can use your household items as well. Pillows work great, ties work great for straps or belts. Meet you on your mat. Join me in Sukhasana, easy seat, as we kind of just move into your bodies. And for today, our theme for this morning is self-love and just showing up. And I know for me, the hard part is sometimes just making it to my mat, or making it to a meeting, or making it to school. And sometimes these stories that I have in my head kind of cloud me. And if I just show up, everything seems to melt away. So we're going to show up and show ourselves some love today. So sitting in Sukhasana, warming up, let's take 3 collective breaths together. I invite you to put your hands on your heart. You can put your hands on your knees, and if it feels good, close your eyes, or keep your eyes open and your gaze is soft. As we breathe in together, take a deep breath in and let it out. Melting away the self-doubt, breathing in self-love. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And our last biggest breath, take a deep breath in. Let it out. Let's start today with warming up our seat with some seated cat and cow. Arch your back towards the back of your mat and then press forward. And if it feels good, whatever feels good in your body, maybe you kind of rotate clockwise and counterclockwise, kind of bringing in some movement, saying good morning to that spine, giving yourself some love as you showed up today to your mat. Breathing it in with cat, breathing out with cow. Reaching your left hand up to your right knee, seated spinal twist. Take a deep breath in to lengthen and exhale, twist. Maybe looking back at the back of your mat or keeping your gaze towards your side. If it feels good, you can put your hand on your sacrum, saying good morning to those hips. One more breath in and switch sides. Right hand on your left knee. Maybe your gaze goes towards the back of your mat. Maybe it stays right towards the front. Whatever feels good in your body. Listening to your body this morning. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to extend. Kind of being mindful of that tongue. My tongue likes to stick at the roof of my mouth. And so, where can I find ease? One more breath in. Maybe even a smile. Okay. Tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders. Wagging your tail out. And cat and cow. arching your back. Take a deep breath in. And cow, letting that belly fall. Maybe lifting your heels up. Maybe continuing to wag that tail. Breathe in for cat. Noticing that arch. Maybe your neck melts down. Reach up, stretching and warming up the body, getting ready for some self-love. One more just like that. Taking a deep breath in. Arch your back. And sinking your belly down. Reach your hands forward. Feet, toes can curl up for puppy dog. If that feels good to you, or maybe meeting in a child's pose. And wherever you're at, give your forehead some love. You can, as good as it feels, you can widen your knees for some more love for your hips. If that feels good. Stretching your fingertips out, warming up, and also loving yourself at the same time. When you are ready, feet to heels for some wrist rolls. Counterclockwise and clockwise with your right wrist. You can do one, you can do two at the same time, whatever kind of feels good to you. Finding what feels good in your own body, giving your wrist some love. And when you are ready, reaching your right hand out, reaching your left hand out, right hand across your chest, left hand across your chest, and giving yourself a big hug this morning. Thank you, self, for showing up. Thank you, self, for everything you do. Mostly, without me even noticing, every single day. Like breathing, like walking. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Hands at heart center, reaching your shoulders down. And when you are ready, making your way to the top of the mat for Tadasana. Feet can be hip distance apart. Kind of feel that strength towards the balls of your feet. Maybe you shift forward and back. Microbend those knees to protect those knee joints. Tuck that tailbone down. Reaching your hands at heart center. Samasthiti, shoulder blades down. And when you are ready, I invite you for extended mountain pose. Reach those hands up. Take a deep breath in. You showed up today. Yes, you did. Swan dive or fold forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. When you are ready, take a deep breath in. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back. Hands can be at shins. Hands can be at a block. Hands can be at heart center, wherever you feel comfortable. Reaching your right leg back. Left leg follows. Knees go down, or maybe you stay in a plank. Wherever you're at, hands, elbows point back 90 degrees. Belly comes down, slow with control. Upward facing dog, hands 6 inches forward, pulling energetically back. Lengthen that spine. Seat to heels. Maybe you travel through all fours. Maybe you stay at all fours, and maybe you meet back in downward facing dog. And wherever you are at, soften your drishti, soften that gaze. If you're in downward facing dog, maybe you microbend those knees, reaching your tailbone up. Saving some space for you. Saving some space for that self-love. Maybe you walk your dog out for our first dog of the day. Taking some deep breaths here, pressing those fingertips in. Okay, and when you are ready, right foot towards the front of your mat, left foot follows, feet can be hip distance apart. Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, hands can be at shins, hands can be on a block, hands can be at your heart center. And when you are ready, breathe, big breath all the way up for extended mountain pose. Hands at heart center, Salutation. Reach your shoulder blades down. Taking a deep breath in. Reaching your right hand out to the side, your left hand out to the side. Really firing up those shoulders. Right hand across your chest, left hand across your chest, giving yourself a big hug and saying thank you, self. You've worked so hard for this practice and for you. And when you are ready, hands at heart center, take a deep breath in, rise up to root down, swan dive, or fold forward at whatever feels good in your body. Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, hands to shin, halfway. Maybe they go to a block. Maybe they go to your hips. Right leg, back, left leg, back plank pose. Maybe you stay here, maybe your knees lower. Wherever you're at, slowly bend your elbows 90 degrees towards the back of your mat. Mindfully reach down, and once you go down to your mat, reach those fingertips in, hands 6-inch forward, energetically pull back those elbows, lengthen that neck, soften, and lower. Maybe you travel through plank, maybe you travel through tabletop, maybe you travel through puppy pose all the way back to the back of your mat. And when you are ready, meet me in downward facing dog or stay right where you're at. And here, where can you find stillness? Pressing the palms of your hands down, pressing the balls of your feet down, maybe reaching those heels back and down, micro bending to protect those knees, sending your tailbone up, reaching your shoulder blades down the back, hugging your ribs in, and breathing. Moving the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Removing the self-doubt. Replacing it with confidence and love and compassion. And when you are ready, step forward. For halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Hands at the shins, hands at heart center, or hands at a block if that feels good to you. And melt forward. Rooting down to rise up. Extended mountain pose. And Salutation. One more just like that. But first, reach those fingertips down energetically. Where can you put your shoulder blades back? Hug your belly towards the midline. Standing here in your strong Tadasana. I am loved. I am enough. And I can do this. Micro bend those legs, reaching your hands up for extended mountain pose. Swan dive or fold forward through heart center. Down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. And Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway lift, hands at the shins, hands at a block, reaching those tailbones back, lengthen that spine. And fold. Right leg back, left leg follows. Maybe you stay here at plank. And maybe your knees bend. Whatever way feels good to you, make your way slowly and mindfully down to your mat. Remembering to breathe. Hands 6 inches in front of you for upward facing dog, energetically pulling back, lengthen that spine, toenails reach down, and fold, lower, towards your mat, reaching back any way, traveling that you would like, puppy pose, maybe it's all fours. And when you are ready, meet me in child's pose. And for this child's pose, I encourage you and I invite you to put your hips as wide as you can on that mat, reaching forward. Maybe your head can go in a blanket, or maybe your forehead can go lightly on a block. Whatever kind of feels good to you. And breathing. And just noticing what is different from when you walked in this room and now. Noticing what's the same, noticing what feels good, and noticing where you can add some of your self-love and compassion. And when you are ready, travel with your right foot forward, left foot follows. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, and fold. Taking a deep breath in, we will seal this short warm-up and sun salutation practice with 3 collective breaths. I invite you to put your hand over your heart. Maybe the other hand follows. Maybe you just give yourself a big hug, and wherever you're at, take a deep breath in and let it out. You did it. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Breathe for change. I cannot say how grateful I am for this opportunity. And I see I'm at 18 minutes. So yay, I'm between 15 and 20 minutes. And I look forward to meeting you so soon. In gratitude, namaste.